forecast. Now, your eyewitness weather forecast.
And happy Monday evening to you, everyone. I'm meteorologist Jordan Reed here with a look at your eyewitness weather forecast. Let's start with a live look at a little bit of a different view tonight. This is our rooftop webcam looking west from the Utica Public Library, and it's certainly starting to get dark out there with the sun setting. In downtown Utica on our iNet camera, it's a little bit darker out there with the temperature of 21 degrees, winds out of the west at 5 miles an hour, so that's making it feel like 15 at this time. And as far as the radar goes right now, we don't have snow over most of the Mohawk Valley, with the exception of portions of Oneida County going into Lewis County. That'll come to an end over parts of Oneida County as we head through the next hour or two. And in Lewis County, it'll shut off as we head through tomorrow morning. Here's a look at that winter weather advisory for southern Oneida as well as Madison counties. For northern Oneida as well as Oswego County, that's a lake effect snow warning. Those two come to an end within the next hour. And then we also have a winter weather advisory for Jefferson County, the Watertown area, as well as Lewis County. That comes to an end at 4 a.m. tomorrow morning because the snow is expected to continue as we head through the overnight hours. You'll see that here on our Futurecast. I think this is a little bit overdone in terms of the snowfall out there, but we will just be left with mostly cloudy skies, especially as we head through the evening hours and into the overnight. And we'll see temperatures dropping into the teens overnight, and as we head through tomorrow, we'll see temperatures getting up into the 20s under mostly cloudy skies. That continues into Wednesday as well. But because of high pressure being in control, it'll be quiet through at least Wednesday night, and then that's when we'll be dealing with our next storm system heading our way. As far as additional accumulation between now and tomorrow morning, we're not looking at much. A coating to maybe up to half an inch as you head to the north of the Mohawk Valley, maybe a little bit more as you head through portions of northwestern Oneida, parts of Lewis, and into Oswego County, where, again, those advisories will continue into tomorrow morning. And then this is our next storm system heading our way as we head through. This is the GFS model, one of the models that we use, and that's through 1 a.m. on Thursday. And you'll notice it'll start as snow for most, if not all, of central New York, but the question is whether we get some warm air above our heads. That's called an inversion, and that changes it over to freezing rain and sleet, which is more likely down toward the south, but some of the models have been suggesting that that may stay into portions of Pennsylvania. So as far as accumulating snow likely on Thursday, it's likely over the Mohawk Valley through most of the Adirondacks, and a little bit less so as you head down toward the south because of that potential for freezing rain and sleet mixing in as well. So certainly something we'll keep our eye on here for the next couple of days. 15 for the overnight low with evening snow showers, mainly cloudy skies, and sunrise tomorrow morning will be at 7:06. It'll be dry by that time. And as we head through tomorrow afternoon, 30 degrees to the high with cloudy skies, feeling like the 20s for most of the day. Sunset tomorrow will be at 5:30 p.m. for the first time this year. And as we take a look at the 7-day forecast, again, tomorrow and Wednesday are quiet with temperatures in the upper 20s to low 30s both days under cloudy or mostly cloudy skies. And then the next storm system comes in on Thursday. It'll get up to around 38 on Thursday. So that's why the precip or the snow will be dependent on the temperature, the amount of snow that we get, I should say, and also dependent on the storm track as well. And then Friday is Valentine's Day, but it looks cold that day with a high of 23, well below average for this time of year, Thomas.
So, Jordan, Thursday is looking like we could be looking at a bit of a storm. What do you think we're looking at in terms of any weather alerts on that day?
In terms of any weather alerts, like I said, that's going to be ironed out as we head through the next 24 to 48 hours or so. So thinking probably a winter weather advisory, some type of winter storm watch may be posted as well. In terms of accumulation right now, there is the potential for 3 to 5, maybe 6 inches of snow. But again, that just depends on the temperatures and whether we see things change over to freezing rain or sleet, especially down toward the south.
Meteorologist Jordan Reed, thank you for that. Coming up next on Eyewitness.
By Nye Automotive Group. Come see why it's gotta be Nye. Now, your eyewitness weather forecast.
And happy Monday evening to you, everyone. I'm meteorologist Jordan Reed here with a look at your eyewitness weather forecast for this evening. We're taking a live look right now at our rooftop webcam looking west over the Utica Public Library. And the snow, at least in downtown Utica, has come to an end, but we do have a lot of clouds out there right now. Same story goes for the Bank of Utica iNet camera on the downtown Utica arterial. Temperature right now, 12 degrees, but we do have calm winds, so it actually feels like 12 degrees. And as far as the winter weather alerts are concerned, most of those have come to an end, with the exception of Jefferson and Lewis counties, which are under a winter weather advisory until 4 a.m. tomorrow morning. And then off to our west, we do have a lake effect snow warning still in effect in that teal color for Oswego County, just outside of our viewing area. That goes until 4 a.m. as well. As far as the current radar picture, we do have snow over portions of southern Jefferson, northern Lewis, or I should say northern Oswego County, as well as northern and western Lewis County, where we do have those advisories and warnings continuing, and that snow is going to continue through the next few hours as well. As far as the rest of the Mohawk Valley goes, we just have a lot of clouds, as I mentioned, but no snow at this time, and that's thanks to this area of high pressure that's building in and will provide calmer weather for both tomorrow and on Wednesday as well. As far as the current temperatures go, we have temperatures mainly in the teens, with the exception of Sherburne, where it's already 9 degrees, 19 here in downtown Utica, 13 over in Little Falls, and temperatures are going to drop into the teens and single numbers for most of us as we head through the overnight hours. So you can see that here on our futurecast. We have a lot of clouds overnight tonight, temperatures in the single digits and teens, with a little bit of wind out there, not much, so it'll make it feel like it's in the single digits for most of us. And then we do have a little bit of lake effect snow still possible over portions of Lewis County through the day tomorrow, but that would be the exception, not the rule. Not much accumulation other than that. Just a lot of clouds, and that'll be the case through Wednesday as well, with temperatures in the teens and 20s and getting close to 30 as well. In terms of the additional accumulation, as I mentioned, we're not expecting much, maybe a coating to a half an inch or an inch to the north of the Mohawk Valley. And then as you head through portions of Lewis, Oswego, and Jefferson, there could be a little bit more than 1 inch. But again, most of what's already fallen has already occurred, or most of the accumulation, I should say, has already occurred. And then we have to talk about this next storm system heading our way for Thursday, and it really just depends on what model you're looking at right now. We're still about 24 to 48 hours out from the storm starting, so that's just one model, the NAM, and it looks like we could see things changing over to sleet, freezing rain, or even some plain rain down to the south and west, which is the reason why the chances for accumulating snow are lower there than they are here in the Mohawk Valley, and they're even less to the north because the storm may not reach you up there, at least not in terms of all the intensity. But as far as tonight's forecast goes, 15 for the low with evening snow showers. Those will come to an end for most of us around midnight. They haven't done so already, except for to the north and west, where they'll continue till about 4 a.m. Mostly cloudy skies with winds out of the west-southwest at 5 to 10. That'll continue through tomorrow. So even though we're advertising 30 degrees for the high, it'll be feeling like the 20s for most of the day under mostly cloudy skies, and the chance of rain or snow showers is just about 20%. That'll continue through Wednesday as well. It's even lower than 10%, with maybe a few peaks of sunshine. 27 for the high, below average tomorrow with a high of 30. The average high for this time of year right around 33. And then we do see that chance of rain and snow showers returning to the forecast by Thursday, Thomas. But again, the precip type just depends on the temperature and the exact track of the storm, which is something that will be ironed out over the next couple of days.
So Jordan, obviously, as we saw earlier in the show with the building collapse in Ansville and the previous one in West Leiden, snow is going to continue to be a factor this week. You mentioned we don't have a ton right now, but we are expecting more over the next couple of days. Let's talk a little bit more about the impact that we're expecting to feel, especially when the roads are concerned.
Sure. So you mentioned those roof collapses a second ago. That's typically the case when we get heavier, wetter snow, and that typically happens when temperatures are closer to freezing, like the snow has more moisture to it. If temperatures are in the 20s, it's a lighter, fluffier snow, which is a little bit better in terms of the weight on the roofs. But when you combine that with the winds, as we've seen with a lot of these lake effect events, that can certainly reduce visibility and create hazardous road conditions. So something that you'll want to be mindful of. Yeah, and you mentioned winter storm, but is lake effect going to have any additional impact on us throughout the week? Not with the exception of Lewis County through tonight. There may be a scattered or isolated lake effect snow shower tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow evening to the north and west, but it won't be much of a factor other than that, at least through the next couple of days. We just have to watch these minor systems coming through.
Yep, and you talked about the buildings. Once again, can we talk about the road conditions as we go through the next 24 to 48 hours?
Yeah, so the next 24 to 48 hours we'll just have mostly cloudy, if not cloudy skies out there, and temperatures will be below freezing, so there won't be much melting out there, but at least nothing falling out of the sky. It's really Thursday that you have to watch out for snow, sleet, and especially freezing rain, which it doesn't matter what kind of vehicle you're driving. all-wheel, four-wheel, no-wheel brakes. Once you hit that ice, it really doesn't matter at that point.
Absolutely. Meteorologist Jordan Reed, thank you. Coming up next, the Philadelphia Eagles are...
Now, your eyewitness weather forecast.
And happy Monday evening to you, everyone. I'm meteorologist Jordan Reed here with a look at your eyewitness weather forecast for tonight. This is a live look right now at our Utica Public Library, the rooftop cam looking over toward the west. And we do have a lot of clouds out there right now, but no precipitation in downtown or in the library area. Same thing here in downtown Utica, although we do have some snowplows out there down on the arterial. Winds are calm right now, so this 15 means it actually feels like 15 at this time, but that's going to change as we head through the overnight hours. And in terms of the winter weather alerts, the only one in our area right now is a winter weather advisory. That's in purple for Lewis County. That continues until 4 a.m. It expired at 7 p.m. for northern Oneida County as well as Madison County, but it does include Jefferson County, and then off to the west in Oswego County, we do have a lake effect snow warning. That continues until 4 a.m. on Tuesday from the National Weather Service Buffalo office. And you can see that's we're seeing this lake effect snow right now. Light to moderate in intensity, but nonetheless there is still some out there over portions of Lewis County going into Jefferson and closer to the I-81 corridor in Oswego County, and that's going to continue again through about 3 or 4 a.m. tomorrow morning. Satellite and radar shows us right now that other than the lake effect snow, we're not dealing with much precipitation through the immediate Mohawk Valley area and points to the south. What is controlling our weather though right now is this high pressure that's going to be dominant over the next couple of days, mainly tomorrow and on Wednesday as well, before things start to change, and I'll have that coming up in just a second. Temperatures for the most part are into the teens out there, with the exception of Sherburne, where the temperature is already 9 degrees, and most of us are going to drop into the single digits and teens as we head through the overnight hours. You'll see that here with our futurecast under mostly cloudy skies out there. And then temperatures tomorrow will make their way into the upper 20s and lower 30s, but it'll feel a couple of degrees cooler with the wind out there, and there may be a few lake effect snow showers up toward the north and west, but that would be the exception and not the rule, and not adding much in terms of additional accumulation. Most of the accumulation has already occurred, and then we have our next storm system to deal with on Thursday, and I'll have more on that coming up in just a second. As far as the additional accumulation is concerned, again, along and to the north of the thruway, there could be a scattered coating, maybe up to an inch, a little bit more in portions of Lewis County, maybe into Oneida as well as Oswego and southern Jefferson County as well. But again, that's mainly outside of our viewing area. What is going to be the bigger story, though, as we head through the next couple of days, is this next storm system heading our way on Thursday. That could be either snow, sleet, or freezing rain, just depending on the track and the exact temperatures as well. And as you can see here, we're expecting more of that mixed precipitation or even just some plain rain down toward the southern tier, which is why the chances for accumulating snow are lower there than they are here in the Mohawk Valley, and they also drop off as you head toward the north because the storm's intensity may not reach that area as much as here in the Mohawk Valley. For the overnight hours, though, we'll have a low of 15 with evening snow showers. Those will come to an end if they haven't done so already. They'll continue in Lewis County, though, as we head through the overnight. Mainly cloudy for the rest of us. Winds out of the west-southwest at 5 to 10 miles an hour, and that'll be the same for tomorrow as well. So cloudy skies feeling like the 20s, though, even though we're advertising 30 degrees for the high, a little bit below average for this time of year, and that'll be the same on Wednesday as well, under mostly cloudy skies, maybe a few peaks of sunshine. And then we do have that chance of rain, sleet, freezing rain, and or snow returning to the forecast by Thursday, Thomas, with a high of 38.
And all that weather on Thursday is definitely going to have an impact on the roads. It seems like we just got out of a winter storm. A lot of snow emergencies were declared over the weekend. A lot of those have been lifted now. But, of course, that snow, the sleet, the freezing rain, that's going to be the biggest impact. Am I right in saying that?
Yeah, exactly. That freezing rain, especially that you mentioned. Snow and sleet are a little bit more manageable in terms of traction control, but once you get onto freezing rain, it doesn't matter what type of vehicle you're driving, whether you're driving a high-profile SUV with, all-wheel drive or something that's lower to the ground that just has, front or rear-wheel drive. Once you hit freezing rain or a sheet of ice, it doesn't matter. You're just going to go off the road, unfortunately. Hopefully we don't have to deal with freezing rain, though, as we head through Thursday, but it's certainly something I'll be keeping an eye on as we head through the next 24 to 48 hours especially.
Yeah, and Jordan, we're going to definitely be paying attention to you over those next 24 to 48 hours. Coming up next on Eyewitness News at 11, President Trump says he's announcing new tariffs